Hi, my name's Camilla and I'm going to talk to you about a fantastically beautiful Chinese necklace. In the UK, when you buy a necklace, it's likely you've bought it because you find something pretty or attractive about it. Am I right? Well, in China, in Qing dynasty China, the idea of buying something because you find it pretty is absolutely unheard of. In fact, every shape, swirl, shade and indent meant something. Many Chinese necklaces which end up in the West have been fiddled, chopped, changed, faked, often with the addition of mass-produced chains and cheap beads. This is because from the 1970s onwards, the government-owned company hired workers to add new beads to old artefacts, transforming them into jewellery for Western women. Luckily, in the mid-1980s, the government realised it was losing valuable cultural artefacts, so it stopped its operations. Is it a real artefact? The answer is one huge yes, and knowing why means we can trace it. What is exciting about it is that it probably hasn't been dramatically altered since it was made, making it at least 100 years old and extremely rare. There are a few reasons why this necklace is original. First, the chain is uneven and heavy all the way round, meaning that it was hand-soldered and not clipped on later. There is also a double-ringed metal chain at the back and front, which was very rare and slow to make. There is a chance the bells were attached later, because their chain looks slightly newer, but overall the piece is probably ancient. The second way we can tell is through the beads. The beads here aren't really what we would call beads, they are precious stones. When turquoise is this greenish shade, when they are this uneven, this heavy and matte, and have dark lines spidering through, it's a good indicator that they are real turquoise. Overall, it exhibits the signs of a genuine Qing necklace. Now, the Chinese found turquoise mundane. They also rarely attached stones to their necklaces. It was in Tibet that turquoise was incredibly valuable, and where unusual necklaces like this could be found. In the rest of China, the necklaces were much more uniform. In fact, the vast majority of Chinese necklaces were amulets on a plain chain. In order to understand this difference, we have to look at China's main religions. Taoism rejected worldly goods. Buddhism sanctioned beads, mainly on ritual objects. And Confucianism did not encourage personal adornment. Since Tibet has been Buddhist since the 8th century, you can see why a tradition of beads and stones on necklaces would have developed. Hang on, you might be thinking, isn't Tibet part of China? Well, the answer is yes, Tibet is a region of China. However, during the Qing dynasty, it maintained its own culture and customs, which mean we can differentiate between calling something Tibetan and Chinese. In Tibet, turquoise was seen second only to gold. Tibetans have always treasured imported deep blue turquoise, which they describe as the stone that stole its colour from the sky. According to Tibetan belief, turquoise purified the blood, protected you from the evil eye and cleaned you from any diseases affecting the liver. They used to incorporate a lot of turquoise into their jewellery. A bride would wear a large turquoise stone on her head when she got married, and the stone could also be used on gifts as a marriage present. Jewels have always been incredibly important throughout Tibetan history. Tibetans believe that combining the blue of the sky with the red of fire causes a fusion of natural energies, causing harmony in the universe. That's why coral and turquoise often appear together. They also felt the two had power to protect you from disease and stop you from encountering evil spirits. Unlike the rest of China, in Tibet the men never wore jewellery. This means that the necklace was worn by a very, very wealthy aristocratic lady. Anyway, I've got a question for you. Have you ever broken up with a boyfriend or girlfriend and someone has said to you, "Don't worry, there's plenty more fish in the sea"? Ever thought that it's a bit of a weird thing to say? I mean, why not birds or ants or sheep? Fish are kind of slimy and flappy and gross. Well, there must be something about the idea of fish and relationships, because in China, fish represent the union of a happy couple in marital bliss. At the necklace's centre hang two beautifully made golden carp. They are so carefully made that they actually ripple. In Tibet, the more detailed the fish, the more they could herald abundance in wealth and happiness in marriage. The pair of fish are part of the 8 Buddhist auspicious symbols and date back to ancient India. Commonly, they decorated marriage gifts, making it very likely this was a Buddhist marriage necklace. Can you see the strange shape in the middle? That's a lotus. The imagery of the jewel in combination with the lotus lies at the heart of the symbolism of Vajrayana Buddhism as practiced in Tibet. The gem represents the male genitalia and the lotus represents the female genitalia. The pair of carp and lotus blossom together were often used in combination as wedding presents because they both symbolize marital bliss. The butterfly, the wave pattern, and the arabesque metal beads are also symbolic of wishing the Buddhist couple a happy marriage. Arabesques swirling across a silver gourd reflected a wish for 10,000 generations of sons and grandsons. The wave pattern symbolizes that the happy couple will rise in status. The butterfly and the double dragons with pearls in their mouths heralded abundant sexuality, joy, marital happiness, and longevity. Pairs of bells hanging down functioned as charms against evil in Qing dynasty folk belief. This is an absolutely marvellous Buddhist Tibetan marriage gift. The fish, the combination of the turquoise and the coral, the dragons with the pearls in their mouths, the butterfly, the arabesques, all of it suggests it's for a marriage. And what a fantastic marriage present.